Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the With God podcast. And I'm your host, Favor Darrow. If you're new to the With God podcast, this is a podcast where I share things that I learned while starting my relationship with Christ and things that I am still learning while growing in my relationship with Christ. This is a judge-free zone where I do not judge you guys, and hopefully you guys will not judge me as well. And together, we're just looking forward to each other's growth. Hey guys, I am so happy to be back because if you guys saw my last week Sunday, the YouTube post, I have big news. Like, you guys seen that picture or the Instagram story of me preaching in front of a church. You guys are pretty shocked. I'm guessing you guys were shocked and like wondering what's this about, what's this location, like why don't you guys know about it? I am so sorry, guys. Like, it was all fast, but don't worry, I definitely knew I had to update you guys. I had to tell you guys, like, I was at work like earlier and I was like, I cannot wait to record this episode. I cannot wait to tell you guys what's been going on and introduce this new topic. This topic is a topic that's really dear to my heart, and I'm just all for it. I'm all for this topic, and I'm really just ready to give you guys like that part of me. Like, I'm ready to show you guys more of the things that I'm so passionate about, and this topic is definitely one of them. So before we even get into that, let's first start with my takeaways. First is a testimony, actually. So if you guys recall last episode, I was talking about how I was being convicted to stop watching a particular show, but I took it pretty hard. Like, it was pretty hard to stop, but immediately after I stopped recording that episode, I just sat down and I was like, I really don't want to keep going to this show. Like, if you've told me, Lord, that this show is not something I should be watching, obviously there's something so bad tied to this show that you just don't want me to watch it. So I am not going to watch it. And I was like, God, I love you and I want to choose you. I've told these people that choosing you is so worth it. Why am I not doing it myself? And I just had that moment, and after that, like, I literally haven't gone back to that show. I don't watch the show anymore. And I literally, anytime I see it on Netflix or TikTok or anywhere, I run past it because I don't want to have that message. I don't want to reminisce about how quote unquote good it was, But yeah, that's a testimony I'm so happy to share. Okay, now the big one. Well, they're all big testimonies. Testimonies are all big, and I'm grateful to God. But my next takeaway is I attended a conference. It's a conference my church, does, and a really nice conference, for the young adults, not young adults, for teenagers. And it was pretty nice. I've gone there. This was my third time attending, and it was amazing. I was looking forward to it because this time going, I was actually in a relationship with Christ. So I already started knowing Christ for myself. So learning from other young adults and just people who have probably faced, some challenges I'm probably facing at the moment was just interesting, and I was so happy to go. The last two times I went, I did not go with the right mindset at all. I went with the mindset of like, well, I'm so ready to leave the house. This is like summer fun. Like, learning about God was just some parts of it. Like, it wasn't really my main part. But I'm so grateful that I went with, a better mindset, and I was even more happy to go than I was about just going to a hotel and just like making friends or being with my friends. And it was really nice. And I got the award of the ambassador, guys. I was the ambassador of the 2026 ambassador. Like, you guys do not understand. Like, oh my gosh. Where do I even start? Where do I literally start? Going into Elites. That's the name of the organization, the conference. Going into Elites, I went into Elites with, I am ready to learn more things about the Lord. I am ready to learn from these young adults who has gone through the things that I have gone through, or the things I'm currently going through, and I just want to hear their opinions about it and hear the Bible verses about it. Those goals were so achieved, and even more. Like, if any awards that I was trying to win at Elite, it was best team. Like, I was hoping and praying to God that I was going to be the best team ever, that we're going to do so good, because it's also like a competition, but not exactly a competition. There are times where there are competitions, like we played Shark Tank, and that was so nice, you know. Whenever it's next year and summer's coming around and it's the events coming around, I'm definitely gonna put you guys on. Like, I'm going to put the information and make sure to let you guys know. If you're staying in Houston, you guys need to come and then attend at least. And if you're a teenager, of course. But yeah, like, I did not expect that. Like, if I was expecting anything, it was definitely not that. And I'm really just really grateful to God. He does his big ones with us. Like, ask God for a 70, for example, and God is going to give you 101. That is God. Let me tell you something. Like, that is how God works. And I just remember, you know, that evening, like, it was the end of the conference, and, you know, it was time for everybody to go home, and I was just in my car, and, you know, my dad was there, but I was kind of being shy. Like, I was, you know, he was happy for me. My parents were happy for me. My siblings were happy for me. I felt so loved. And one thing about me is I love feeling so loved. Like, when I feel so loved. And also, guys, I'm an emotional person. Like, I'm opening up to you guys. I'm telling you guys all these things because we're all besties now. Like, you know, we've gone to that point, and we're on that level now, you know. But I was just like in the car, and I just like turned to the window, and tears bawling out of my eyes. I was just bawling tears because I am truly grateful to the Lord, because who would have thought I was going to come into Elite and be the ambassador? And mind you guys, gosh, I need to tell you guys, like, you guys need to hear this. I was going into Elite. Mind you, Elite was Wednesday to Friday. I take my SAT on Saturday. So after the conference, like, I go take my SAT. I wake up at 8 a.m. 6 a.m. actually, because I gotta be at the testing place at like 7:45. So, you know, I have to wake up at like 6:30 and, you know, get dressed, go get ready, go take my test. Like, no studying, because I didn't get back home till like 9, and obviously I needed a rest, you know. And I already studied like weeks before. I took practice tests even before going, and my score didn't look that bad. You know, it showed so much improvement, and I was just gonna let the Lord do the rest. And I haven't received my score yet, but I know the Lord is going to do his big one on that too. So I can't tell you guys a testimony about that, but I feel really confident. You know, after testimony, it didn't feel like and it didn't feel like I didn't study for 3 days, you know. And so going to Elite, like, I sacrificed reading to get to know more about the Lord. And one thing about the Lord is, if you do that for him, he's going to do it even more for you. And I was literally having, like, I feel like my parents were even telling me that I feel like you shouldn't go, you know, you need to study. And I was just like, I trust the Lord. I've been studying the whole time. And I got tired, and I felt like if I was even going to stay at home, I was not going to study. So I went, and I have so much fun. I made friends. I made new friends. It was so nice, guys. It was so nice. And to top it all off, like, the ambassador has to give a speech in church and just saying my experience with how Elite was, and I gave an amazing speech, and it was so nice. I'm gonna insert the pictures in case you guys did not get to see the stories. It's also a post on YouTube, so you can still see, like, just the picture. But I'm gonna show you guys a short clip, and you guys can just see your girl up there, and it was like 1,000 people listening to me, and people were just a lot of comments about, like, how they didn't even notice how my voice was so shaky at first, and was I always doing this in school, and I'm like, guys, I've never spoken in front of such a large crowd before, and I was so nervous, but God did his thing. Like, all credits to God, because I know there was a point where I, you know, messed up a little, not messed up, but I could literally not see my speech, but I caught up like this fast, and it was so nice. Like, I literally can't even look back at some videos because I am even shy at the favor I'm looking at in that video. Like, what do you mean I did that? What do you mean? I'm so grateful to God, and that's just second takeaway, by the way. And we already spent like 8 minutes. I'm just truly grateful to God, and I'm not sharing this to brag, not at all. I'm just sharing to tell you guys that God can do and overdo. What is that thing you feel like the Lord cannot do? Pray, because He's going to do more than that thing you're asking for. Just pray. One thing I saw on TikTok was that do not pray to God and ask Him for something like you're asking from you, like you're borrowing from a friend. Ask from God like you're asking something from the King of Kings, from the Creator of the universe. And that really changed my mindset, because with my SAT score, I felt like I was just praying to the Lord, like, God, I want at least a 1300. I don't even want a 1600, but I know God, like, God can do His big one. And when I think I didn't even give it my all, I'm going to say that 1600. Like, that's God. That is God, and He's that awesome, and I'm so blessed. Like, I was having a worship session like at work today, and I was just thinking, like, God, you really have me like feeling so loved. Like, you remind me how blessed I am, and I'm so grateful to have the Lord, because I would not be able to go through life without Christ, and I love me with Christ, and I never want to go back to who I used to be. He makes me a better person, and I'm just so grateful. I truly am, and I love Him so much, and it's a privilege to get to experience such an awesome love, and I am so grateful. Okay, my third takeaway is that I'm becoming more self-aware about my social media addiction. So it might seem like that is not something to be happy about, but I am self-aware, so that's good. Now I know how to work on it. So let me not get into that yet, but I've decided to get into a hobby. So I have a bead kit, like beads bracelet, like the beads they make bracelet with, and I have that. My sister does, so I use it sometimes to make bracelets for myself, or like for a charm for my water bottle, things like that, things to get me off my screen. And something that's on, like, it's not exactly a hobby, but it's still like with watching TV, but it's not exactly TV. But right now we're around the World Cup, so I watch the soccer games like from beginning to end, and I enjoy it. Like, younger me would be so shocked, and I'm like, girl, I know too. Me too, I'm shocked, but I just find it so comforting, and it makes me happy to get off my phone and social media by watching that. Like, but yeah, it might sound confusing. It sounds confusing to me too, but I don't exactly feel like it's a bad thing. Like, yeah, but yeah. What else? Okay, something else is I am learning to be more nicer to myself and cutting myself some more slack. I figured that out today, because school just ended last month, and I'm already trying to get on top of like applications, college lists, and it's like, when do I ever get a break? I feel like that's what my brain keeps telling me, and today I realized that, and maybe I'm taking that break now. And I truly am like just learning to like rest more now. Like, like, favor, you could start this like probably ending of June or July, but my brain needs to rest, because New Year's coming, and I'm going to be going into like even more. No, I'm not gonna say more stress, but it's gonna be a lot of work. But it doesn't mean the Lord's not gonna be with me, and I'm not gonna have His strength. But my brain needs the rest to be able to go into that next season. So that's something I had to remind myself, and yeah, I give myself some rest, and I don't ever feel guilty for resting, because sometimes I do be feeling guilty for resting, but I really don't. Like, sometimes you guys we just need to let our brain rest. Let's rest. Take care of yourself. Go put on a show. Go on a walk. One thing I like to do when I'm not working is in the evening, when it's like sunset, not sunsets. Yeah, it's a sunset. Okay, sunset. I just go, I go out with my camera. I go on a walk and take pictures of the sunset, of course, and yeah, it's pretty nice. And I listen to my worship music, and I just observe nature, and it's really nice. Okay, the last thing is something I want to tell you guys based off of what I've seen myself trying to do, is to stop trying to be someone else to impress someone. So basically, stop trying to be someone you're not. I found myself do that. Like, so As someone who used to get bullied in middle school, right? This is something I used to do, but sometimes I find myself falling back into that tracks and doing that again. And I just constantly have to remind myself that how even with trying to be someone else, I still didn't get accepted. Like, I didn't get, what's that word? I still didn't get, like, they didn't accept me still while trying to be someone else. So it was of no point trying to please those people. And I'm telling you, if you're trying to be someone else, please stop. Like, be yourself. Be yourself. There's someone out there who likes the original you, and you throwing that original you away is just not good, because we're all unique, and the world wouldn't be the world without that unique personality. Like, we're all unique. We all have something unique about us, and that is what makes us all together. Does that make sense? Like how do I put it? Like, I don't know what example, but we're all unique, and it's just like, without a particular theme, when something is missing, okay, like a family, you know, when a mom is missing, you know she's missing, because, like, you know, there's some things that she does that just makes the house feel whole, and the love is just everywhere. Like, I hope you guys understand what I mean. If you guys don't understand, I'm sorry. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not the best when it comes to explaining on spot, but yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much all our takeaways, guys, and it is time to get into today's topic. I'm so happy. I'm really excited to talk about this topic. Like I said, this is something that I'm really passionate about, and today's topic is friends. I'm not sure if that's what I'm gonna title the video as, but friends, quote unquote, friends / platonic love. That is what we're going to be talking about, and I'm so ready to get into it. Okay, let's first start with our text of the day, which is Ecclesiastes. I think I said that right. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 to 10. And it's a pretty common verse. So it basically says, two people are better off than one, for they can help each other succeed. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But someone who falls alone is in real trouble. Okay, so I have my notes, and I have how I want this lesson, not this lesson, but how I want everything to go. And I'm gonna basically just start off with my testimony. So I am going to be sharing with you guys about a good friend of mine that I'm really grateful to have in my life. I am going to be shouting her out. Like, you know, she isn't a friend anymore. She's now a sister. And I'm so blessed to have her in my life. We've known each other for quite a while now. I can't exactly count, but it's quite a while. And she's now a sister to me. So her name is Amira. You can see her sometimes in my comments, but her name is Amira. And we've been with each other when we've both tried to change ourselves to be accepted in certain crowds, and individually too. Like, you know, she's pretty much older than me. I forgot her age. Like, it's insane. I think she's about 3 years older than me, but she's a big sister to me, and she's a big sister I never had. So I'm so grateful to her, and she's so she's like my God's given gift, and I'm so blessed to have her in my life. But yeah, we've seen each other, you know, go through phases of us trying to be someone else, us trying to fit into this world, and she made me want to give my relationship with her, take it more seriously and actually give it a try, you know. So I'm blessed to have her. Now, before, she used to always be at church, you know, be in the choir. She still is. I'm just saying, then, before I had started a serious relationship with Christ, you know, I was always looking at her stories and just seeing her there, and I was like, you know what, I want to give this a try. This seems fun. But something that seemed fun led to something that's really serious, and something that I find that how do I put it, something that I care so much about, and it's not just something I'm doing for the fun of it or for the aesthetics, you know. I actually love my relationship with Christ, and I'm actually growing. So I'm just blessed to have her, you know. Currently, when was this? 2 days ago, we're talking about how we're both like struggling with social media addiction, and I called her and I was like, we should both have screen time, and we're both trying to help each other. And she has a hubby now. I found out about that today. She has a hubby now, so I'm really hoping that next time we call, she's gonna tell me that she's so much less on her phone and her screen time is very much reduced. And I'm praying the same for me too. I'm gonna get into what she's doing too, because I can't seem to find a hubby. But if you guys have any hubby, like low budget hubby that you guys want to recommend, please put them down in the comments. But yeah, she's a really good friend of mine, and she's an example of a godly friendship. When people talk about a godly friendships, and I am relating because of how I have her. That is how grateful I am for her. And I have a lot of other friends too, but she's just that one friend that is not even a friend. She's a sister. That's deep with me. Like, that is really deep, and I'm just really grateful for her. So I just had to give her a shout out and just thank God for her. And yeah, okay, so one of my points is companionship is really important. And I feel like people overlook this, because when they hear companionship, they always limit it to romantic relationships. And that is not something we should be doing, because companionship doesn't just have to be when it's like a boyfriend and girlfriend, or like man and a husband and wife. It could be two friends, male and female, or female and female, or male and male. It is really important to have to experience platonic love. And this is something I stand by every single time. Like, this is something I'm so passionate about. Friendships, platonic love is the most beautiful thing anyone could ever experience. Here, take my word for it. I'm telling you guys, I am surrounded with so much love, and I'm really grateful. Some of my friends are so amazing. A lot of them are so amazing, and I laugh a lot when I'm around them. Something that I'm really big on is funny people. I love being surrounded by funny people. I love laughing a lot. So that is something I experience being around my friends, And yeah, I want you to just pause this video and just think, if you ever experience platonic love, are you looking forward to it, or is it something you just feel like you're done with based off of what someone said, or you just don't want to give it a try again because of something you experienced? Let me know. If you want to talk about it privately, or if you want to share something and you just feel like it's being misunderstood when it comes to platonic love, please share, guys. We can all learn together. Like, you guys, I'm sharing with you guys things that I've learned. Please share with me what you guys have learned as well. It's really important that we have a cohesive thought and learn from each other. But yeah, okay. Now, thirdly, what I'll say, one of my point is, before you pick those friends, it is important to know your values. So when I say your values, like, before you step into friendships or step into looking for friends, you need to know that this is setting values that I align by and that I align my life to, and it's just something that nobody can, like, I can't go past this. I cannot do anything that, how do I put it, that disobeys these values. Like, do you guys understand what I mean? Like, for example, like, I was trying to think of an example while taking this notes, and I just couldn't think of one. But let's see. Okay, as my friend, you cannot be smoking. That is a value I truly hold. And it's like, you cannot be smoking, cannot be someone who drinks alcohol. And yeah, those are my big things, And when I'm going to look for friends, I'm not going to look for someone who smokes or someone who drinks. When I see that's the type of person you are, I'm going to definitely share, like, that is not a good thing to do, and I'm just gonna let you take it how you take it, and I'm gonna be praying for you, but it's not someone I'm going to associate myself with. So you guys understand, right? Like, just have your values down and know what are these things that are like they're like no-go area. Like, it's just something I just can't do. Write it down. Know this, then we can move to. But before going to moving to finding friends, something else I also say is to write, along with writing down your values, write down things you want in a friend. Then look at those things you want in a friend. Are you that person? So because you want someone who's just like you, right? You want your twin, you want your friends to all have, well, to all have the same humor. Like, I don't feel like that's necessary, but like, you want, even though you guys don't have the same humor, like, you guys have something alike, you know, you guys have something in common. Like, if all your friends are in a room, there's something common about all of you guys, right? I feel like with my friends, that is possible. Like, we do all have something in common. Like, there's a particular joke that we can all laugh at, even though we have different humors. So yeah, so think about that. I think I've seen this once on like TikTok, and I was like, this is really good advice and tip to use, because I feel like constantly a lot of us are trying to find good friends, but we're not like thinking of ourselves and like, are we a good friend? You know, are we that good friend that we're looking for in other people? Because God cannot send you a good friend and you're a bad friend and you're messing that person's life up, or you're just a bad friend to that person. That's like, it's like you literally just curse the person, you know, to have you as a friend. So you have to be a really nice friend and someone who is open hand, you know, ready to share the Lord's love around. And one thing I would really say is that one thing I feel like us Christians should not have at all, an idea and a belief we should not have, is to be by ourselves and like feel like, oh, I just want to protect my peace. You know, as Christians should not be found saying that, because we're called to this world to share the joy of the Lord, and we can't do that by just staying to ourselves and just feeling like, oh no, I don't want to talk to anyone. You know, I feel better when I'm alone, when I don't talk to anyone. No, I don't believe the Lord created us to be that way. The Lord created us to share the love, you know, to share the joy with people and let them know the joy we experience while being in Christ. And the type of people we are when we found the Lord. And that's a point I have down. And it was said by Braxton Mayhem. I saw his video that said about this, that talked about this, and I was like, it's something that relates to me and it's something that I really need to look into. And it basically says, what is important is how we show Christ and not how we share about him on our social media. You might be sharing posts about him on social media and like, you know, Bible verses, or, you know, all your Instagram account is about, you know, Christ. But when we see you in person, are you the type of person who is quick to insult that person, or you're quick to look down on someone, or, you know, things like that, things that are not of Christ? Is that you? So you need a portrait. Like, it's good that you're posting about Christ on social media. That's good. But are you also showing it in person? You know, you don't want to catfish no one now. Like, we want to speak the gospel and also, you know, live what we speak as well. So that's really important. And that really stood out to me. And it really made me think, like, am I doing this? These things that I'm saying, am I doing this? And some of the things, I need to work on it. Like, some things that I've done in front of my friends do not show that this is someone who lives or have a relationship with Christ, you know? And yeah, that's something I'm really looking into. And if you guys feel like it's something you need to look into, please let's look into it, guys. No judgment around here. If we're perfect, then we wouldn't need the Lord, you know. We all have something to work on each day, and growth is amazing. It's really awesome. So it's really awesome to experience. So give growth a try, you know. Give it a chance, and allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to learn from mistakes and take lessons. It's really important. Something else I would say is, ask yourself, are you a good influence? If this friend comes into your life, will you be able to influence this person in a good way? Or are you going to be the person who tells them, oh, let's go play a game instead of, you know, reading our books, or instead of going to church, let's go to a party instead, you know? Are you going to be that type of friend? Of course, that's not a friend you want, but are you going to be that type of friend? That's really important to think of. I'm trying to see what else. Okay, yeah, something else you could say is, when they see you, do they see someone who truly lives with Christ in them? Like, with Christ, are you someone who actually has a relationship with Christ, and intimate relationship with Christ, and you're not just saying that on social media? Something else I would say is cut some people some slack. Like, when there's a little conflict in your friendship, or no matter how big it is, I feel like communication can go a really long way. And especially communication with the Lord before making any decision. And I'm telling you guys, I am a testament to communicating with the Lord. Like, recently, like, it was literally this week, a comment a friend made, has really been bothering me, and I've been wanting to talk to a friend about it. But I was just in the car alone, and I was just thinking about the comment again, and I was just like, God, am I tripping about this comment? And I literally just heard a voice just state to me like, okay, this is probably what she meant by this comment. And to be honest, like after I heard that, like I'm like, oh, it's really never that deep. Never mind. Then I'm not tripping. I literally don't even care about that comment anymore because it's not that deep, you know. I was trying to make it something else. Imagine if I had gone to a friend and that one friend could have tried to make it something that it wasn't. And that's how it will just end up into something so big when it's literally not even that deep. So it's really important to take it to the Lord first. Then the Lord will tell you what to do. I remember last summer, literally summer 2025, I was having an issue with a friend. And guess who I went to? Guess who I went to, guys? ChatGPT. That's who I went to. ChatGPT, yes. And I ended the friendship. Well, I didn't necessarily end the friendship, but I did so many childish things. But it basically made, I'm telling you guys, like, it is really important to know that nothing, absolutely nothing, can ruin the plans of the Lord. When the Lord has this plan set, like nothing little, the devil's, it might be like, oh, okay, that's not what the Lord wanted you to do, but it's not going to ruin the plans of the Lord. He's going to make a way. He's going to find a way. And that thing I did literally gave me and that person's friendship a break. But after the summer, we literally talked it out, and we're awesome friends now. Like those things that I used to be a bad friend about, and like we both worked on ourselves, and we're both like different people now. So it's like the friendship is awesome now. It's so much better, you know. So sometimes the Lord just works in mysterious ways, and it's better to just go to the Lord. I should have gone to the Lord, you know, but I didn't. But now I know better, definitely. And I go to the Lord. I talk to Him. Anytime any little situation, like I talk to Him about everything. So make that a habit to always talk to the Lord. Cut some people some slack. Do not be quick to judge someone. I used to be that type of person. Like when I see someone like do something that I feel like we shouldn't be doing as Christians, I'm just quick to be like, oh, I'm judging. Like, you should not be doing this. Don't you have a podcast? Why do you say this? Why do you dress like this? If you have a podcast, I'm quick to judge. But there are things that I literally do that I could get judged by the Lord for, but I don't. He forgives me, you know? So it's like, who am I to judge someone else when I'm not perfect myself? I remember that, and I'm like, favorite, you need to chill. Like, I'm telling you, there's times where I just told myself to chill down, and like, you're in no place to judge anyone. Like, no one ever is, you know. If the Lord gave us all what we deserve, we wouldn't be on this earth, like, at all. So we're lucky to experience such an awesome, like, to experience His mercy, and we need to be grateful by not judging other people, you know. You can't say you don't want something, but you give it to somebody else. Like, make it make sense. Okay, wrapping it up, something I would say is that whatever you surround yourself with is eventually who you will become. If you hang out around smokers, if you hang out around people who drink, you eventually become that person. You might go into the friendship like, okay, I'm not going to do this. These are not my values. But eventually, that is what you're going to start doing, because that's who you're surrounded by. You know, me spending time with the Lord every day in my word. I remember I record those Bible verses when there are times where I just need them, you know. I remember them because I'm always in the Word, spending time in the Word. So these are things that I, you know, fill my mind with. So what are you filling your mind with, you know, because that's eventually what will show. What is in your heart will eventually show out, will eventually show, like, what you do. And lastly, just remember, in all you do, make sure to glorify and honor the Lord. Whatever you do, your friendships, the movies you watch, the music you listen to, make sure you're glorifying His name and you're honoring His name. And I really hope this episode really helps someone. Remember, platonic love is really important, and it is important to experience it at least once in your life, or see at least have that one good friend. That one good friend is more important than 10 bad friends, 10 fake friends. You know, you don't have to change yourself for anyone. Whoever is telling you that, just put a little bit of this on you and we'll like you better. No, they don't like you already. So why are they going to like you when you're someone else, you know? Just don't try to be someone else. Be yourself. There is someone out there who's going to like you for who you are. So keep being yourself, and that person's coming your way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.